Hey everyone, and welcome back. I am Nicole and this is Let Knit Be Sew. Today is going to be a Friday sews catch up for you. So this is a hashtag that was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room, where everyone could just catch everyone up on what they've been up to sewing wise and in life in general as well. That said, so I put a poll up on my the community tab on my channel, just to get some feedback from you guys over how you'd like to see videos presented in the future. When I started this channel, I was only working like part-time, and now I'm working full-time. So I'm trying to find the balance between having time to film and edit and get stuff out for you guys, and also balancing that with work and other things. And I often find that when I do Friday sews videos, they tend to get quite long when you're including everything, makes, plans, patterns or fabric that you might have bought, just general life chit chat. Like, they do get quite long, even with like editing. So I thought it might perhaps work better to split them up going forward. So to have a Friday sews video every week, and that being like a relatively short catch up on what I've been working on, but then separating out things like finished makes and fabric that I've bought and plans into separate videos. So the poll is still up, so if you're watching this and you want to have your say, please do check that out. I think at the moment separating out stuff is winning, so that's probably the way I'm leaning. But yeah, if there's a sudden swing in the polling and people decide that they would like things to stay as they are, then we'll go with that. But yeah, just wanted to put that out there as something that would be really useful for me to know, because otherwise it's just me jabbering away, like hoping for the best. So yeah, I'd really love to get your feedback to know how I should do things going forward. Okay, in terms of what I am wearing today, so I am wearing a Billie sweatshirt dress. So this is the second one that I made. It's just in a plain fabric. So this was a sweatshirting fabric from the Mazzy in this like cornflower purpley blue, which is really nice. I have done the cuffs in the main fabric, but the neckband and the bottom hemband are in like a matching ribbing that was in the same colour as the fabric. So yeah, this is a plain one. Obviously my first one was a patterned. I think this one definitely feels more around the house, also added to by the fact that, as is always the way, I feel like it's often the case, if you have something new or you have something that you like just put in the wash and you just put on, some calamity will come to you. So I was wearing this a couple of weeks ago whilst I was cooking my dinner, and I was making sort of like a pasta sauce, and I was trying to get some tomato puree out of the tube that just was really not coming out. And because obviously I'm an idiot, I decided the best way forward was to just give it a really hard squeeze. Yeah, so everyone will obviously have guessed the punchline, that it suddenly came out very quickly and just splattered everywhere, including all down me and all down the front of this dress. It was down the bottom, so it's kind of like probably like maybe 4 or 5 inches from the bottom of this dress. It's looking better than it was. It's had like a couple of washes since then. After the first wash, it was still a bit not great, but it seems to have improved. I think because it was like a tomato puree, there was a bit of like oil in there, so I think that's what's kind of kept a mark on there. So I'm gonna just keep wearing it around the house and see how it goes. There's obviously, I could, if it really started to bother me and I wanted to wear this out of the house, I could chop off the bottom and have it as a sweatshirt. But yeah, therein the lesson lies, do not be an idiot with tomato puree, especially when you're wearing your, much loved, hard worked over me made clothes. Or I guess get an apron is the other lesson, perhaps. But yeah, so that's what I'm wearing today. So in terms of what I've been sewing, so I have a, almost finished make, barring one seam left to sort out, and that is the Blackbird Fabrics patterns. I think they're just called BF patterns, but it stands for Blackbird Fabrics. The Bestie Bag, which obviously everyone has made, and I'm super late to the party, but better late than never, huh? So this is my finished Bestie Bag. So I made the medium-sized version without the pleats, and the main fabric is this quilting cotton that I've had in my stash for quite a long time. It's a Michael Miller print, and it's this like chambray denim base with these like navy blue horses and little hearts and stuff. It's very cute. So that's my main fabric, and then on the inside I just had some other cotton fabric that's been kicking around for a while. It's like a sort of, it's white, and it's got these like sketched birds and trees print. I hope you can see that. So, and that's the like middle pocket there. So yeah, it was just something that I had lying around that I knew I wasn't going to make anything garment related out of, and so I chose to use it for the lining. I didn't have a zipper in the right size, but I did have some continuous zipper tape, which I think I got from Country Cow Designs, and I also had this zipper pull to go with it, which is a cute little hummingbird that was from them. Didn't really go with like horses, cowboys, hummingbird. It's a bit of a mishmash of genres, but I thought it was cute. Then I opted to do a webbing strap rather than a self fabric strap. So I've got this fun sort of rainbow striped webbing, which I don't remember where I got it from. I'll have to have a look and put in the description box where it's from. I've definitely seen it at more than one place though. And yeah, then I've just got a brass slider on, which is also from Country Cow Designs. And yeah, I'm really happy with this. I feel like it's one of those bags where, like, I haven't worn it out of the house yet. Might do at the weekend when I go out to meet my knitting pals, because it's definitely big enough to fit my current project in. It's definitely one of those where you're like, when I cut out the like main body pieces, you think, oh, this is not that big. But when you factor in the fact that it's got this like bottom panel, like, I can definitely see everyone saying, you can fit, it's kind of a Mary Poppins bag where you can fit a decent amount of stuff in, which it maybe doesn't look like when you cut out the main side body pieces. Yeah, I'm super happy with it. I would definitely make more. Have to see. I was telling my mum about it on the phone, and yeah, I'll have to see. She normally, if she has a look at something like that, she might decide that she wants one. But I would definitely make it again. I can see why people are making multiples. Yeah, there we go. Bestie Bag. In terms of other stuff, I haven't got out anything yet. I'm going to cut out a new to me shirt pattern, which is the Jolene Ready to Sew pattern. I've just cut out the paper pattern, which I had printed a while ago, but I haven't cut out my fabric. So that's what's going to be up next on the sewing table for me, because I really want to make the dress version of that. But yeah, I've decided to make a toile and use the shirt version as my toile, because obviously it uses less fabric than a full-length dress. And in terms of, I spoke about knitting just now, in terms of going to meet my knitting group at the weekend. So I'll show you my current work in progress. So this is I'm just going to put the name up on screen and in the description box because it's a Irish, like Gaelic name, and I will just murder it if I try and pronounce it. But I think I showed it before where I had just started the kind of yoke part with this like lovely like textured lace detail. But I've been knitting and knitting and knitting away, and finally I have got to the point. So this is got an A-line bodice, so I've been like gradually increasing, you can see, and now I am doing the bind off, which is an I-cord and takes forever, but it does look really nice. You can see there, that's my I-cord bind off. The eagle-eyed among you will also have seen, because it looks even more obvious on camera now. I've just held it up in comparison to in real life, but let's hold this up again. You can see where I've switched skeins. Normally I alternate skeins. I don't know why I didn't. But yeah, I do have this kind of situation where obviously the first skein I knit with had a lot more lighter patches in it than the bottom. I'm not mad because I think it's fine that it sort of like grades down. It's not a crazy transition. But you know, that's just what happens when you work with hand-dyed yarn that's dyed in that kind of like tonal way, is that you do get variation skeins, and you know, to avoid that kind of situation, you can see it like that, where it's here where I've changed over. Yeah, it's just something that you need to be aware of, and it can happen. It's not the fault of the dyer, it's just how things happen when things are dyed up like that. You know, so but yeah, I'm not mad at it. I'm gonna have to look at what my last skein of yarn is, because this is almost used up. I've got this amount left of the second skein, and then I've got a third skein. So yeah, I've got to do this bind off, and then sleeves. They're probably going to be long sleeves, and then I've got to do just some more I-cord around the neckline as well. But yeah, it's getting there. I've been knitting this since Christmas, not, you know, continuously. Obviously I made the hood, but yeah, it will. This is going to block out a lot more open when I finished it, but yeah, it's getting there. So yeah, that's my knitting. But yeah, I don't really have any other crafty or creative stuff to chat about today. One thing that's on my radar is the Stitch Festival, which is being held in Islington in London in a couple of weeks' time, which I have tickets to go to. I'm planning on going on a Thursday. I have an afternoon ticket. I think that gets you in from about 2 or 2:30 or something. So I did that, as it was, well, I got tickets through a scheme that we're signed up to with work for discounts on tickets for particular organisations for stuff. So I managed to get tickets through that. I do also have a ticket for Sunday, but whether I will go again on the Sunday, I'm not sure. Depends if I have friends to go with on that Sunday, because obviously I know it's going to be probably busier on a weekend day. So we'll see. But yeah, obviously I know I want to go to that, and yeah, I'm at the moment putting together a kind of a shopping list of things that I would really like to look at and pick up, and I'll probably share that with you on next week's Friday. So that will be the one before the Stitch Festival happens. Or well, there probably will be, there will be the one before I go on the Thursday. So yeah, I'm just thinking about what I want to make. Is there stuff that I would really like to see in person to pick up, or at least have on my radar? I mentioned I posted a unboxing of the Fabric Godmother Dream Wardrobe box earlier this week, and I mentioned that I would need a lining fabric for the pattern that's provided to go with the fabric that was in there. So that is one thing that I have in my mind that, yeah, I would probably like to look for in person, as I'll probably take a little bit of the outer fabric with me to, you know, make sure that it works, as it's quite an involved make. So I want to make sure I've picked up, you know, something that will work nicely with it. But yeah, I'll probably talk about that in a bit more detail next week with you, because I don't know how much sewing time I'm going to have. Probably only got maybe Sunday this week, so you know, we'll see how much of a shirt I can get done in that time. But yeah, that's my plan to, yeah, have a list to share with you next time on Friday Sews. Yeah, I think that brings us to all of the crafty content. In terms of life stuff, so I was at the football on the weekend. The WSL had a little break for international matches, and so we were back playing at home against Manchester City, who are, you know, well above us in terms of amount of time and investment that's been spent on that team, and was kind of expecting, you know, a bad experience in terms of, you know, it being like 3-4-0, and, you know, to go away a bit sad, you know, just watching the team get bumped. But surprisingly, we had a bit of an unorthodox team because of various reasons in terms of like players not being available. But it actually kind of worked, and you know, they played really well in comparison to some of the other games they played against, you know, much better and more advanced in terms of time spent, money spent, etc. teams, like even this season. And we scored a goal, which was, you know, great to have a goal to celebrate, because I feel like I've been to quite a lot of games where we haven't scored any, and yeah, you know, it's always good to have something to cheer about. Unfortunately, we didn't win. We lost 2-1, but the performance was so much better than it has been in recent times, particularly against, you know, much better opponents, that, you know, I feel like it's good to come away disappointed that you didn't beat the team that's, like, you know, in the Women's Champions League, or at least get a point out of it. You know, that's a good thing, even if it also sucks. But yeah, so it was a good game, and yeah, we're away this week, so I won't be going, but there is another game at home the following week. Yeah, other stuff. Yeah, I think that's about it. Like I say, this coming weekend we've got our knitting group meetup, so that'll be nice. I think the weather's still going to be good as well, I hope. So perhaps we might stick around. We usually do it in the mornings, and then that gives people the option that they've still got, you know, the rest of the day to do stuff in, you know, on a Saturday. But yeah, if it's nice, maybe we'll stick around for lunch as well. And yeah, I think that's about it. Okay, I am gonna leave things here. Like I said, if you could go over and have a look at the poll and give me your feedback about how my videos look going forward, that would be amazing. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you could like the video and also consider subscribing, that would be amazing to help share the channel. I think it's gradually baby steps, growing little by little, but it's always, you know, it would be great to have more people joining me. Ooh, that is a giant bee. You can't see it, but I can. That was a big bee that just booped its head on my window. Got all distracted now by a bee. Where was I? Yeah, if you could like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see everybody again very soon. Bye.